everyone. And all the cameras are in the wrong place. Thanks, Zoom. Hold
Excellent.
on.
Excellent.
Oh, I got flipped.
Alright. Sorry. I will fix these cameras and... Okay, I think they're right. And, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but my computer froze up. We are back. Let's start over from what Ashley is walking down the street. It's 1985. What does Ashley look like?
Ashley is a young high school student. She's got brown hair, teased up as best she can. She's got her bangles on and her neon belt with her jean skirt and her jean jacket tied around her waist, her black Reebok pumps on, and her backpack thrown over to the back with her trapper keeper in it.
Okay.
That's like a planner, right?
It was a bunch of folders. It held all your schoolwork.
What? Where would Ashley be heading? Like, we'll say it's after
what
school.
time of day is it? After school?
Yeah.
She'd probably be heading to the mall.
Okay. Where's your secret base located for your team?
I'd say it's hidden underneath an old arcade that used to be like a Showbiz pizza place, but then Showbiz left it, but all the animatronics are still there, and it's still an arcade.
Okay. Is that near the mall or?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's on down the street from the mall.
All right. So we get like some scenes of like Ashley walking around the mall, doing whatever Ashley does, and then we fade in to a different mall. Just over a decade later, with Isla, Princess Requiem, and Liz. What are y'all doing in the mall today?
Probably less, more of the usual than usual, because at least Princess Requiem is still very much in the stages of planning a big prison break, I think. A time heist. Maybe she's like in the back room drawing diagrams or something.
Okay. What about Liz and Isla?
Feel free first if you'd like.
Liz is playing one of the fighting games in the arcade, like Mortal Kombat or something.
And I would say Isla is doing some art appreciation actually down in the base, like looking at the artwork from I can't recall the name, but from the first episode.
What were they called?
I can't remember. I lost those notes, unfortunately.
Allison Turner.
Yeah, Allison Turner. That was it.
Allison Turner.
I am checking out Allison Turner's artwork.
Her artwork's not like super well known, but it is marginally well known. Um, like there's a few pieces uh, on display at a couple of art museums. I have no idea off the top of my head what it looks like. I believe I said something landscapes or something before, but I do not remember that much. Why are
I
you
think
looking?
we.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think I might be conflating things because like we got some kind of crystal thing, so I got it into my head that she made like sort of small sculptures because of that. But I
Here,
don't
I
know if
got
that's
it in
actually
my
accurate.
head that she was like actually creating like scenes from memorable battles as her time as a Millennium Knight, but subtly in a way that it looks like a point of appreciation rather than, um, you know, part of it. Like that's what I was thinking.
It might be. It could be all of those. Who knows? Why
But
is
yeah, I'm
Isla
just
looking this
checking
up?
it out because Isla told Allison to put any hints if she ever needed help into her artwork.
Mhm.
So she's just monitoring the situation and seeing if anything's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, when you do it, it's okay, but
Uh, and what about Liz?
Liz is playing Mortal Kombat, just very aggressively playing Mortal Kombat.
Okay. What character is Liz using?
Um, Sonya Blade.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is Liz any good?
Middling.
Okay.
She knows a few codes, but still has a tendency to button smash when she gets too mad and easily frustrated, and that tends to put a damper on winning.
I think if it's earlier machines, right? So I feel like Princess Requiem would probably main Raiden.
Okay.
We're talking about the original game. I hate to say it, but I was all about that Johnny Cage just because I liked punching people in the balls.
Hmm, that makes sense.
Okay. Um, are there any sort of important conversations that y'all want to have or might be considering to have before we get into battling monsters and time traveling?
Um,
Honestly, several.
mhm. Hmm. Well, I mean there is a there are 1v1 machines apparently on like on hand, so we could be having, you know, sizing each other up, having emotionally implicative
Fighting while we
rounds
have
of 1v1.
emotional conversations. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Um, yeah, I'll shoot a message out to the team and see if they'll want to meet me down in the base.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody respond?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish my game first.
Obviously. Like, text message isn't for response right away. It's like, hey, like, if you can get back to me when you can, then
Yeah, well, like where would you, when you say base, do you mean inner base, outer base?
Inner base, like down in the actual room where we store our energy crystals.
Hmm. Okay. That makes sense. Probably being used to, backward time travel, being the most backward time traveler, I think, in our group, and being used to, like dramatic entrances, like the moment before you hit send, like a nearby chair swivels over and Princess Requiem is already in it.
Nice, nice. I like that. Okay.
When I finally make my way over there, I'm going to be really loud and obnoxious about it, like pulling out a chair to sit down so that it deliberately does that, the squeaky, grindy noise that it makes when you pull a chair back on like a hard
Yeah.
ground. Just like staring directly at both of them while I do it like a cat.
Good.
Mm.
Are you like complaining about like how you almost won when you got the next message? Or
Little bit bitter about that.
Yeah, like it takes a while to get to Goro, and then
Yeah. Okay. And once everyone's in the base and done scraping chairs, I'm like, all right, I'm not liking the way that we're working together. We need to do more to actually be on the same page. And I do want to apologize for snapping so hard the other day. I was just really upset that you left in the middle of the battle and we have no idea where what was it? Not Mara, Morgan. We have no idea where Morgan ended up going. They just disappeared. You disappeared as well. I assumed that you were chasing them, but I was upset that you weren't with us. And I apologize for snapping.
I assure you, I have dealt with Morgan. So that does bring us to the, well, obvious point of order of the rescue operation.
Yes.
Of course, our operation being of the nature that it is, I suppose technically we have all the time in the world, but I think that at the current skill level we are operating at, this would be an excellent exercise.
Okay. I do stand by most of what I said, though. You do need to be better about accepting us into your trust.
Sorry, I genuinely didn't hear the last few words.
Yeah, I can turn up my mic. Sorry about that.
Oh, it was
How's
also
that?
like there was a bit of like I think just dog interference from his end at that point.
Okay. I do stand by most of what I said, and I do think that you need to start leveling with us like the partners that we are to you. I feel like you've been trying to just step into a leadership role when that was not anything that any of us had discussed.
It is true that we're not meant to have any, well, any such obvious weak points as the leadership role. I concur with your original statement that our organization is better off without one, both technically and ideologically. That said, I do worry about your, well, technological and other capabilities, and tend to put myself in positions to deal with overwhelming force. so you may hone yourself against more reasonable odds.
And that's what I'm talking about. We all have the power of the Chrono Knights. You shouldn't think that you have to step into a larger role than any of us. This is a serious job, and all of us are serious about it. And until you start treating us like we're serious people, it's going to make us feel bad when you talk down to us.
Hmm. It is as Has Liz introduced you yet to that little graph and paper game? What was it called in this timeline? Not me. Mazes and Monsters was the last timeline. The Dungeons Dragons? Yes.
I'm aware of it.
Right. I had a look at it, and as you might be aware, there are some roles in it that are mere pawns at the start of any run, and that will grow to greatly outshine their initial superiors. I think in this analogy, I would be playing a gallant knight, and the two of you would be cunning wizards. Yes.
I would disagree.
I am only
Disagree, I'm a
outshining
rogue.
you for the present. I'm very much looking forward to being outshone.
The issue is that we're all the same level, and you're acting like you're 10 levels higher than us. It has nothing to do with the class that we're playing. I've been at this for longer than you know.
Well, linearly, you've been at this for roughly 1,500 years now? I must confess, I'm not aware of the
Closer
amount
to
of loops
8.
you've done.
I didn't catch that last bit. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I must confess, I have not been keeping precise track of the amount of loops you've been doing.
It's not the loops. I don't know if you know this, but when I was given the power of the Chrono Knight, it stopped my aging process, and I've literally been fighting for over 800 years.
Oh, well, that is certainly promising. I thought it was longer than that.
Not quite, no. It's around 800.
Well, that means there might be some promise yet.
Liz, do you have
Out of
anything to say?
character. Out of character, I just have to say, Princess Requiem pisses me off so much. All right.
Liz, do you have
I'm
anything to
sorry.
say to this?
Mostly Liz has just been sitting here glaring. But she is going to speak up and say, Isla's right. You can't just unilaterally make decisions. It's all of us in this. And both of you trying to pull seniority or I'm from the future so I know more than you, all of that, it's First of all, it's annoying, it's bumming me out. And secondly, it's detrimental to what we're doing.
I
So
agree.
we need to stop this and we need to get back on track. And I want to. Do I have any tokens?
You have one.
I think
Okay.
we started with one.
I would like to ask both of them, what's a creative solution to work this out?
Ooh.
Good. I think that we just need to approach this in a I think we need to approach this in a anarchist kind of way, where we make decisions as a group and it is by consensus only. If any of us have an objection, that plan is out the window.
It will grow more difficult if we ever, well, let's say when we recruit more people.
Yes, I agree.
That's a problem for later us. Right now, if this is what it takes for us to figure shit out, then I'm for it.
And honestly, even with more people, I would still want to hold to that because they will be just as valuable to the team as any of us.
I do have a creative solution, but it's very counterproductive.
Oh?
It's for Princess Requiem to seal away part of her powers. But that's
Don't weaken yourself before our fights.
Yeah, that is in fact pretty counterproductive. For now, I really do think no blazing off ahead, no keeping secrets because you think it'll be better for everyone. We're open and we talk about stuff as we're doing it.
That's all I'm advocating for. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree to this.
Starting when?
Immediately.
I mean, now.
Right. Well, I suppose I can always. I haven't yet seen my future self step in to stop me, so it may be in your best interest to know that the mission we are about to embark upon is a final exam of sorts that I have orchestrated.
How do you mean?
Well, knowing that we would readily be able to bail out our target, I thought it might be for the best to turn Morgan into an informer at the, well, and let her imprison someone we would be then ready to bail out with full knowledge of the situation.
You did what?
Time travel shenanigans. It seemed like a good
If
idea
we
at the
don't
time.
save them, I'm holding this against you. If
By all
we
means.
fail, it's your fault that this happened.
Okay, let's avoid using you language. Let's use I language, as in, I feel really left out when you spring this on us.
Fair. I feel like you are putting people in danger when you do things like this.
Okay, well, that's done, so can't be undone without more time shenanigans, and that'll just make things 20 billion times more confusing. So, once again, that is a problem for later us.
I would have to agree with that assessment. For
If we
now,
are to
all
roll
we
this
can do
out,
is our best.
Yeah, what current us needs to do is figure out what our next step is.
while we are employing eye language, I do feel the need to stress that the eventual difficulty of the task before us may be higher than you have been assuming.
Can you explain that statement?
Well, there is a reason that I have been mm, trying to improve our individual performances, perhaps at the temporary cost of our group performance.
And what reason's that?
Well, you've already said that you don't like when I leverage the future, but you know what? I don't mean to bring the team down. Hope is, after all, what keeps us going. Forget I said it.
I can't forget what. Okay.
Yeah. Forgetting
Come on, you
isn't
can't
that
just leave us
easy.
hanging like this.
Suffice it to
again-
say that I believe in the long-term potential of this team, and that includes the long-term potential of the two of you.
I understand where you're coming from with this, but what I want you to understand is that although your intentions are good, the way that you're going about it is bad. If we work together as a team, we can lift each other up even more and faster and stronger. I've seen it happen many times. Working as a team increases the strength of the individual.
I am aware of this synergy as merely coming at it from a different angle, I suppose. But if you would like to focus on the improving the output of our combined forces, that is certainly a part of our training that is viable and worth focusing on.
If we're going to be going and trying to face Cybrax, then we need to be a team. We need to come together. We need to be able to do this as a group, not as a group of individuals.
Yeah, we can't be a head, an arm, and a leg anymore. We got to figure out how to be the whole freaking body. So, team bonding exercise?
That's
Is
part
that
of
not what we've just done?
No, I meant like, I don't know, like paintball or watching a bad movie together or, something.
Speaking of bad movies, what's playing today?
Oh, Dracula 5000.
I have missed a lot of iterations.
Right?
Oh no, have there really been 5,000 of them?
I don't know. I feel like they must have skipped some numbers in there somewhere.
Are they perhaps are they perhaps counting different iterations that happen simultaneously? He is in the public domain, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe that's just the number of vampires that are in this movie.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Dracula's been around since, like, I was a kid.
Actually, what year is
Oh, but perhaps it refers to the amount of people he impaled.
Yeah, what year is Isla from?
Like I'm saying like mid 1200s, somewhere in there.
Okay, Vlad the Impaler wasn't born till 1431.
Ah, I'm wrong. Okay, my bad.
Sorry, I nerd shit.
That's good to know.
All right.
I really love horror fiction.
Yeah.
As you have this conversation, your little secret base shakes violently, and then a section of it disappears from time, and it's
Oh,
left.
shit.
There's just like a hole and burn marks and stuff left
Well,
there.
that's new.
That's interesting. Did it sound like anything when it happened?
No, not to you. You just it shaked, and and then it changed. But there was no explosion or anything on to you.
We should probably look into that.
Back in
Yeah,
1985.
I think like Requiem just looks over and what already? I'm like,
Back in 1985. Ashley, if it's all right, I'd like to say that you're just leaving the mall. You're heading to. I think you're muted.
No problem.
Headed to your secret base.
Okay.
You do hear an explosion, and the ground shakes a little bit. And then, what kind of transforming? What do you use to morph?
She's got what looks to be
oh, you're cutting out.
it looks
least
like
on
I
my end.
accidentally muted again. So it's like a big bangle that has like Rubik's Cube colors on it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because that also doubles as your communicator. It starts beeping at you.
Sorry, excuse me.
You're fine.
Oh my
Hello,
god. Apologies.
I'm the
you're
wife.
Okay. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So, because it also doubles as your communicator.
Okay.
It starts beeping at you.
Okay. Ashley here.
I imagine it looks like a Simon Says game, like starting up.
Kinda.
I don't know who your mentor is, but they're the one calling you.
Okay.
There's somebody here. They blew a hole in the base. Hurry!
Okay, coming. And I hit the button and it summons the car that comes shooting down the street. And it's a black Camaro.
But does it leave like fiery trails behind it? Yeah.
Not yet.
Does it answer to the name of
Okay.
Pit?
No,
Aw.
it's not that cool. But it pulls up and I hop in and take off towards the base.
Yeah, when you get there, there's people standing around the arcade, not quite sure what happened or what's going on. How do you
looks
get
like
into
we
your
have an
secret base?
There's an old photo booth type machine in the back.
Okay.
And we go in through there.
Okay.
It says out of order, but
All right. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I'm saying as I walk in, I'm like, okay, people, looks like we have an electrical issue. The arcade's gonna have to close for a little bit.
You hear some people grumbling.
Come on,
And
like,
and
hurry
then
up. It's like totally a mess in here. You don't even smell like the smoke.
you because there was a loud explosion. You also hear sirens, in the distance. But some people leave. There's obviously some gawkers who are standing around, waiting to see what happens. What do you do?
Okay, I'll stand my ground and be like totally now. Jeez, do you like not hear anything? Do you like want to be in trouble? Like, get out, please. God, totally.
They'll start moving away slowly.
Like, gee, thank you. And when I think it's clear enough, I'm gonna run and hop into the shoot down to the base.
Okay. When you get down there, what does the inside of your base look like?
It looks kind of neon-y. There's lots of neon lighting, and it's kind of a big round room with a big center console with a bunch of computer monitors, but they're like clunky old ones that like have like the CRT things behind them. They're all hanging from like struts and stuff in the ceiling. And there's like a center console in the middle that's just like a giant computer that even still has like some older stuff, like reel to reel stuff on it, and some 8-track slots and stuff like that. And then the outsides are like various cases and stuff with like equipment. And there's a big garage door that leads to the garage where all the vehicles are kept.
Okay. So there's a big chunk of it has been blown up. Most of, not all, but a large chunk of the computers and stuff are wrecked and destroyed. And standing in the middle of all of this is a red Millennium Knight.
Like, hello? Did you do this?
Turns around and says, I really thought you'd hidden it in the wall.
Hidden what? What are you looking for? Why are you here? I might not look it, but I'm gonna take you out if you don't give me the right answers. Like, I could like totally kick your butt.
Sure. See, I got it on pretty good authority that you have a piece of the source, and I need it.
Oh, no, totally don't have that. You have the wrong person. Totally wrong. So you can just leave now.
Did you really think it was gonna be that easy?
Like, yeah. Like, I asked you nicely. You're a knight. Why would you be attacking?
I'm not the kind of knight you think I am. Not anymore.
Obviously. So you're like a failure knight?
That's a little harsh. Failure is not the right word.
Well, if you're not doing good things, then you're doing bad things. And that's kind of not cool. Like, that's like totally awful. Like, gag me. That's just the wrong way to be doing it. So you're obviously a failure. Like, that's how it is. And I think I'm going to be asking you to leave now
Uh, because it's almost break time. We're gonna get one last glimpse of the rest of our Millennium nights back in '97. On your end, a bunch of old junk computers have now appeared in the base. Otherwise, it looked like your fountain is still there, but all this stuff has appeared there. Hope, right? Well, you know what? In this case, we'll say Hope rises out of the pool of water, and says, "It's Finn. He's attacking in 1985. He's looking for something in the original version of this base. Yes, go now."
All right, I'll try to be careful not to run into myself.
Okay, team bonding time later.
Yeah, I think like Princess Requiem looks up from her, her future imagineering hologramming into looking what the problem is, and goes, "Right, it's time to roll out."
And then
you Christina.
on my Chrono cycle,
Yes.
we hit a theme song.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
jump onto my bike and a portal opens.
Yep. How close do you appear? I think in the past we've definitely have you appeared somewhat close to the anomaly, but how close do you appear when you come out? Do you appear right outside the arcade, or do you appear a couple blocks away?
I think it'd be kind of funny to show up in the parking lot.
I think it would be funny to show up in the base. And no, I'm kidding. Let's say parking lot's fine.
Yeah, I do kind of like the idea of like leaving the griffin in the parking lot. Just
Okay. Yeah, so when you get there's like a small stream of smoke pouring out of this arcade.
All right.
That seems to be where you need to be.
Okay.
But we are. I know we've had some technical difficulties and stuff, but it is our usual break time, and I'm going to use it. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a little bit.
all right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Hello.
All right. You are at the arcade. Inside, Ashley is facing down with Finn. Do you rush in?
I think I would like to stop Isla for a moment.
Okay.
Right. In the interest of communication, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to keep your past self out of this for sure. I will
think
join the battle
that's-
shortly and trust you to take care of matters until I return.
I think that's a reasonable action, and I wholeheartedly agree that that should happen.
Yeah, I think like maybe you say that as she just disappears out of sight for a moment and then doesn't return.
Yeah, okay.
Like she gives it a good try, but still ends up half Batmaning.
Nice.
And that is my letting a side mission take precedent for the moment.
Okay.
Or possibly disappearing in the face of danger. Honestly, both.
I love that move.
All right. Inside the base, Ashley, Finn rushes you.
Okay. Oh, rude! And I'll dodge back, but I'll take him head on.
As you're doing this, Finn keeps questioning you, trying to get you to tell him where he thinks you've hidden the piece of source he believes you have. And I think what everybody else sees as they're rushing into the arcade is you and Finn fighting and then backing out of the, as you back out of the phone booth, coming back up into the arcade.
Okay.
Isla and Liz, what do you do when you see Finn come out of this photo booth fighting Ashley?
Oh, I'll charge straight forward.
I'm going to reach out and grab Isla before she can do that and tug her back and say, let's do this with a plan this time.
I need to ask him some questions.
Okay, well, you go left, I go right.
Sure.
Okay.
And then I'd like to take action, leaving myself vulnerable.
Okay.
I charge forward. Finn! Just like immediately grabbing his attention.
Okay. When you charge forward, do you attempt to attack him?
No, I'm just like trying to get his attention, and I am literally just getting in the way, putting myself between the two of them, and trying to stop him without using physical force.
Okay, so I think when you do this, Finn goes to like sweep Ashley's legs and instead sweeps out your legs.
Okay. Would that mean I actually would be taking the blow meant for another, and I would gain a token from that?
No, because it wasn't intentional.
Okay.
Because instead you were leaving yourself vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what happened. And
Are
Liz,
we
you're also
transformed
running
yet?
up. No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to argue that by holding Isla back for a second to think about it, that I did what was best for someone when they wouldn't agree. So as I'm running, I'm gonna hold up my yellow Swatch watch and yell, "The 90s!" and transform.
Okay.
Hmm.
For Ashley, Finn, like, pushes you away, and says, "It's rude to bring backup."
I didn't know I had backup. And I look over. Uh,
I'm not
Isla?
transformed. Yeah, I'm not transformed, so you can tell it's my face.
Aren't you supposed to be somewhere else?
In a different time, maybe.
Oh, it's one of like those totally like things.
Yeah. Uh, I'm just here trying to save the integrity of the team.
Well, did I do something wrong? Did I screw something up?
No, no, no. Everything that you did, there's nothing that you did. We just were in our base and saw it breaking apart and transforming into a different time, and it looked familiar. So we came to figure out what was going on. It's a coincidence that we're running into each other.
So you're like Isla from like somewhere else, some other time?
Yeah,
Like, cool. Totally.
don't worry. We got your back.
Great. And I stop and I take a stance.
And then I finally pick myself up off the ground after I say that.
Can
Or
I
you know
say
those
that
kick flips where people like turn their body and like use the momentum to like flip themselves back up onto their feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I saw one of those as a child, and for like a few solid months, I was convinced that being on the ground had a like high ground like advantage.
can I say that while y'all were talking, I have my weighted chain out and I'm gonna swing it at Finn's legs and try to do the old AT-AT, wrap around him and yank. I'm not expecting this to land out of character, but I'm gonna at least try and slow him down.
Yeah, I think he deflects it and he says, "Okay, look, I have work to do. So if you just tell me where this source is, the piece of the source is, I can get on here and I don't have to hurt all of you."
And at that, I'm gonna spend my heavy turn to ask him, what do you need redeemed? Why are you doing this?
Ah. Hold on, I gotta look up something real quick.
All right.
He says, "I'm doing this because I've seen that some things can be better. And I'm doing this because I was supposed to be in charge of that team, Isla, and you and your little friends had no respect for anything. Not what we were supposed to be doing, and certainly not me."
Not true. I respect Patrick Swayze.
What does Patrick Swayze have to do with anything?
Did you say that we don't respect anything? Sorry.
Mhm.
I like her.
Finn, you just need to understand that we work better as a team. A leader is not something that we actually need. We need to work together in order to come together and actually grow. I learned that the hard way.
Grow into
Like-
what?
Someone who can save everyone.
You know, I've seen what Cyberx has planned, and I can tell you right now, Isla, that you can't save everyone.
Not alone, but as a team, we might be able to stop them.
You really do believe that, don't you?
With all my heart, there's nothing I believe more.
That is really unfortunate. My offer still stands. We don't have to fight. All you have to do is give me the piece of the source.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you hurt anyone. If you plan on going through with this, we're gonna have to stop you.
All right then. Seems like the decision's been made. And he will re-engage in fighting you.
I'm gonna try to barrel into him, kind of leaving myself a little vulnerable.
Okay.
Like, you guys need like a therapy session, maybe a yogi.
A what?
Ugh. Like,
No,
you've
a
never heard of
bear?
like yogis? No. Oh, I guess that no, the yoga guy,
I could
the
definitely go with a
incense.
picnic basket.
She gets it.
You go, boo boo.
Okay. This is exactly what I was talking about. This right here.
Oh, what? You're mad that we're having fun now that you're no longer here?
He changes directions and goes from Isla to Liz. Charges at Liz.
Okay, I am going to fail to react and ignore the important because I'm feeling so very proud of myself over that last response.
Can I do
And,
something?
Yeah.
Can I like show up in a like, you know, well, like just have an explosion of rose petals happen and then just be there having got his fist in one hand?
Oh, dang. I was gonna take a light turn so I could get another token so I could transform.
I was gonna take a devastating blow without flinching.
I was just gonna take the blow meant for another.
But were you gonna do
you
it
can go
without
first.
flinching?
Yeah, you were.
you'll both reach out at the same
You
time.
got it.
And is Princess Requiem transformed when she comes back?
Yeah. So there's a a gallant golden figure, just exploding out of rose petals in front of Liz, and then catching Finn's fist, presumably.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will,
Do you catch it, or do you just like does Finn just punch you and it does nothing?
I think like Finn does that thing where he winds up a punch and then we see him have one of those little like anime reaction shot cuts and then what and she'll like reveal herself to be standing there like holding his fist, Dragon Ball Z style.
Okay.
Oh,
Finn is. There's more of you are here. Damn
We
it!
work as a team.
there is a room for gallantry, Finn, and there is room for teamwork. They need not be mutually exclusive. Have we never taught you that? I will leave the stage open for the next person to attack.
I'm gonna go back to talking, actually. I'm gonna take a light turn and ask, what do I need to sacrifice to get you to see the value of a team?
That is a difficult question. Well, let me look at your playbook. We'll try to frame it.
Just so you know, I'm trying my best to take Finn under my wing right now.
I would like to note that whatever conversation is ensuing will be happening with like Finn still being in that fist god stalemate, while and like an inexplicable wind is blowing up her like Cream's little half cape. She's in her idle animation.
Okay. So part of what's happening here is that Finn is trying to think of how to word him. He's a bit full of himself. He really believes in himself. Like, he believes there's nothing for Isla to teach him.
And now you understand why Isla had such a problem with PI.
I don't really see where marketing comes into the question here, but
he really has this idea that there's nothing for Isla to teach him. If you can prove him wrong and teach him a formidable skill, which is going to be a lot more difficult for him because he doesn't want you to teach a skill. He's not just going to like sit there and take notes. But if you can, prove him wrong, that give him a value into being a team, that he's not just a one-man army, basically.
Yeah. Good to know. All right, that's my turn for this round.
I'm a little confused by all the people I don't know, so I'm gonna do a backflip back and just get a little bit out of the way.
Okay.
Like in the early shows, I can't walk anywhere. I have to flip everywhere.
Mm-hmm. No, that is true. That is the way of the Chrono Knight. I'm glad someone gets it.
So because we had two things happen there, I'm gonna use a light turn and a heavy turn for Finn. The light turn is going to be to let your temper cloud your judgment. And the heavy turn is going to be to use your weapon to drive off an opponent. So Finn is going to start by... He just keeps trying to hit Princess Requiem. Like, after Isla speaks up again, he just keeps trying to fight. But it's not working, and then he pulls out, his rapier. It looks very similar to the ones that the rest of your team holds, and he's going to use that to drive Princess Requiem back towards the door.
Yeah, I think she's during his initial fisticuff swings, she's doing that infuriating thing where you're using the absolute minimum amount of movement to dodge each blow, which is unsafe, but she is walking that line.
It's
and
made
then
easier by the fact that he is all rage and he's not thinking through any of his...
And I like to think as the last little vestiges of that, that earlier unflinching turn, she is more shocked that he would draw his rapier, and that's what makes her flinch and jump back. Like, how uncouth, basically. You wouldn't. And presumably starts locking swords with him, but that's up to you. She's at least drifting.
Yeah. You can lock swords, and the end result is you're near the door. That's all that really matters.
All right. Yeah. She presumably then does a backflip towards the door as he reveals the rapier.
Okay.
Anything you would like to do, Liz?
Well, my pride's a little insulted from not taking him down in the first shot. So I am going to boost Isla's morale. I'm going to say Finn's just angry because he knows that I was right.
And mechanically speaking, what does that do?
Oh, I don't know. It just says boost another color's morale.
Okay.
Yeah, just try to boost another color's morale. Yeah, just trying to give you a pick me up,
Okay. All right, then I will take another turn now, and I'm going to say, when you act like this, it makes me feel like you never wanted to be friends, and I am going to spend my heavy turn on teaching him a formidable skill, and that skill is learning to talk about his emotions.
Okay. He's going to... I'm going to light turn as a reaction to your heavy turn. He fails to react. Whatever the consequences are for that are going to happen after this. But he freezes. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't... doesn't move. However, he is still locked swords with Princess Requiem, so if there's some sort of consequences to him freezing Princess Requiem, you have the floor.
Okay. Well then, just go. I feel like this is Not primarily my fight, at least. But I will, I think. Can I verbally like take a regular turn and model the utmost finesse and expertise? And
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
basically, do that thing where as you're talking, like you're fencing and the side that is like being more convincing, like is driving the other one back. And she'll start a little chip in a little monologue about whatever Cyrax is promising you. I can tell you, you won't be there for it when it's all done. All it will result in is him taking over this little organization of ours and all hope being lost. Whatever bargain you think you're making, the best you're going to get out of it is a Pyrrhic victory. I have seen how this pans out, and none of us win.
okay. I think at that, Finn stumbles back and yells to Power Hour to get him out of here. And there's a zapping noise and a faint electrical charge to the room, and Finn is gone.
Well, that could have gone worse.
That could have gone a lot worse.
So, is anyone gonna like catch me up?
Yeah, we can do that.
Like, introduce me to like your friends?
Of course. This is Princess Requiem. She's from the future. I don't know exactly when because she hasn't been upfront about that, but she seems to know things. And Liz over there is kind of a badass herself, and she's just really awesome.
Aw, thanks.
Everybody, this is Ashley.
Hi,
What color are you again?
Black.
I see you've already met
Ashley's the
Isla.
Black Knight.
Ah.
Are you like a real princess from like the future? Like, do monarchies like come back?
I think like this is the first time someone has directly asked her that, and she just tries to change the subject.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Hi. What
Uh,
can I do?
well, you know that thing that Finn's asking about? I think
Yeah,
I think we might need to take that back to our time so we can actually better fight the forces of Cybrax.
but I promised I'd protect it.
Yeah?
Is one way of getting it back to our time.
Yeah, the like super shiny guy came and like told me to protect it.
Well, we've already driven off Finn. Why don't we, Isla? Why don't you practice as you preach and trust your teammates?
I can do that. Can do that.
And I think she'll like turn to Ashley and raise her visor and say, right then, I think we must be off soon. I'm very sorry you had to hear that. I'm doing my utmost to make sure it isn't true.
Okay.
And she'll If there is nothing more to say, she'll backflip out of the room.
Okay.
Is there
Before you
anything
do
that
it, I'm
you
gonna
need?
like take a really good look. I'm like, do I don't recognize her in any way, do I?
Question.
There wouldn't be any way that I would know her or recognize her. She doesn't look like somebody or anything like that.
Maybe one day retroactively.
Okay.
I think it's up to you.
I'll say I don't, but just because you said you're a princess, I had to get a good look.
Hey, Ashley,
Yeah.
as long as we're here, is there anything that you need help with?
Uh, no. I mean, things are like they always were. I mean, school still sucks, and like, I'm still like kicked off the cheerleading squad, but being a knight's more important. I made that choice. I'm okay with it.
Hey, well, I'm sorry for the way I am now, just so you know. I'm sorry for the way that I treated the team. And I want you to know that I'm a different person.
Okay. Do I tell the other you about you, or should I not tell the other you about you?
Um, Hold on 1 second. I pull out my communicator. Hey, PR. Um, what did you tell to me?
Good question. Did anything immediately like stand? Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a heavy action and ask you, Ayla, after having briefly met your past self, what secret about you do I already know?
Well, I think it's gotta be the fact that because of that, you know that I used to be red. You know that I used to be Command Red.
What did you ask again? Just now over the communicator?
What did you tell me when you went to make sure I didn't come back?
Oh, I used my knowledge of your current hue to deftly outmaneuver you and set up some misdirection. You'll remember it shortly. By the way,
Huh. Okay, I got it. What's up?
silver looks much better on you.
Oh, thank you.
So,
I agree. Yeah, I would say don't bring me up to the other me then, Ashley. It doesn't look like they know I was here, and I think that's probably for the best. I don't want to change the way that I acted. I want that knowledge to be there for my growth.
Well, like we both went and saw like Back to the Future, so like I get how it works.
Yeah. All right. Well, um, we might need to call on you in the future. Uh, do you think that we could count on you if
Always.
we need you at the final battle?
Always. Would I like get to like go through like time?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Whoa. So like, is Madonna still cool in the future?
Not even a little bit.
Oh, Prince?
I'm pretty sure he's gone.
No. Well, I don't know how far in the future you're from, so I
Oh,
don't know if
wait.
that's
Yeah, no,
ridiculous.
I don't know how far in the future I'm from.
I believe 97. So
Oh no,
Prince is
he's
still
still
alive
alive.
then.
He's still alive. Yeah, no, he
No,
just
Prince is still
stopped
alive.
making music a while ago. I don't know what happened with that.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Well,
I
is
know.
there
Remember
anything
that time that we went and watched Purple Rain?
It was
Ah,
awesome.
it was such a
Like,
good
totally
movie.
fun.
Yeah, it totally wasn't one of the most sad movies I've ever seen. Not at all.
Well, I'm glad that you remember it still. Like, I'm still there. Like, am I still a knight in your time?
I don't know. Um, I'm gonna be leaving the team in a little bit and joining another team. Um,
Oh, so we're not friends?
I'd like to be.
Me
I
too.
felt guilty about the way that I treated the team before, and I've been too afraid to reach out.
Well, we're all people. Like, it's just like how it is.
Yeah.
And I advanced to try to give you a hug.
Oh, I wholeheartedly accept it and hug back.
Aww. I'm genuinely like touched to see this.
Well, then, still friends.
Awesome. I'll give you a call when I get back.
Okay.
Cool.
Hopefully, I have like a totally cool job with like a totally cool apartment with all sorts of like cool like stuff like a big pool. We do big pool parties.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. Would you mind if I bring the team along if that happens?
Oh, I'm sorry, you broke up.
Oh, would you mind if I brought the team along if that happens?
Oh, more people at a party, like totally the best.
Good. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Okay.
I can't wait to see the ways you've grown.
Well, hopefully better.
And that's all we can hope for.
Yep. Bye, Isla's friends. Are you all leaving now or
I
look
don't
over at
know.
Liz?
It's the 80s. What year exactly?
85.
85.
Oh, we should go
Ooh.
to the movies.
We should go to the movies.
Should
See what's
totally go
out in
to the movies.
1985.
Everything?
Oh, Legend! Legend was out in 1985.
Ooh.
And Clue and Fright Night.
Oh, definitely. Ooh, all of those are good.
Yeah, I think like
Oh, Return to Oz!
I actually never watched that one.
Oh, I loved it. I had my parents got me the picture book of it when I was a kid. So, yeah, definitely loved it.
I think as soon as someone mentioned like Clue or Legend, like that their like Requiem will undo her last dramatic exit by making another dramatic entrance and say like, "I wish to see Sir Timothy Curry."
Excellent. Let's go watch Clue.
Yay!
Yay.
And I think we just have some team bonding for a little bit.
Has
Oh, no,
Princess
does that-
It all
Requiem
works out in the end.
has
Does that mean
Princess?
we were watching the? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying. I was just asking if Princess Requiem if she's seen Clue before.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? She's the only surviving version of Clue in her future has one of the crummy endings, and she is now here to set that right. and like use her knowledge to go to a theatrical showing that has the nice comprehensive ending.
Nice.
Yeah, the last time I went, I saw the totally bogus ending.
I hated the totally bogus ending.
Oh, so good.
Sorry if y'all heard that. Something just happened on wrestling. But Clue. I need to rewatch that movie, by the way.
Right? Same.
Okay.
I think that we made some great strides as a team today.
After you see Clue, do you continue to hang out with Ashley for a while, or do you head to the future?
Oh, I definitely want to stick around. I'd understand if they want to head back, but it's been a really long time since I saw my team.
I'm fine with giving Isla some alone time to catch up and make amends and etc. etc. I'm gonna nudge Princess Requiem, and say, "You want a rematch at Mortal Kombat?"
Quite. Oh, incidentally, Liz,
Yeah.
I'm going to give this to you for free. Next time we run into Finn, can you tell him that authoritarianism was nothing but a red herring?
Authoritarianism was nothing but a red herring. I think I can remember that. Out of
I hope he
character, I
sees
am not sure if I will remember that.
I'm not sure either.
I'll take it in my
incidentally,
notes.
If you want to hear your, like, what you would have seen or what you would now remember from our exchange, you're free to ask Kyla.
Hey, Teddy,
Okay, what
How
do I remember?
big is the piece of source that I have? Like, what's the size on it?
It would be easily carryable. It's, like about maybe, you could probably easily carry it in one hand. It might be a little bit
Okay.
awkward, but it's not going to be super big.
So it's like the size of like a brick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does Isla and Ashley do then when they hang out?
Shop for clothes, shop for music.
And maybe a little bit of sparring, since the Black Knight is the Assault Knight and is technically the most powerful of the main colors. I think that would be a good sparring session.
Okay. Montage.
Yep.
That's called a montage.
Montage!
Even Rocky had a montage.
All right. We can't do more than like 5 seconds, otherwise we could get hit.
How do you end the montage? What does the final piece of hanging out look like?
I think it just ends. We
Can
spar
I?
at the end. Oh, yeah. You feel free. Feel free.
Okay. So after sparring, I say it looks like we're someplace parked with the car overlooking the town, and we're like just sitting on the hood, staring up at the sky, chatting.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah. Just like hanging out, chatting, and then I'm gonna get up and be like, hey, it was really great seeing you. Can I get one more hug before I go?
Always.
So I give you a hug, and then you see me do a Chrono cycle, and then my motorcycle rides up right next to me riderless, and I jump on it, and immediately a portal opens in front of me, and while it is in motion as I jump on it, it passes through the portal that just opened up right before your eyes, and I'm gone.
Totally tubular.
All right. I want to know, because I want to know where Ashley hid the piece of the source that she had.
See, that's why I was asking, because it was determining if it was small enough. I was going to say she stored it in her Walkman, but if it's that big, I would say in one of the locked vaults inside the base, like the most secure one that she had.
Do you go and check on it?
Definitely.
So when you open it up and check on it, what does it look like? It's roughly brick size, but what does it look like? It's just a crystalline object of some sort. But like what shape? Each one's been a different shape.
You have a terrible suggestion. And it is Madonna's cone bra.
Madonna's what?
Like Madonna's cone bra.
Cone bra.
That's better than what I was thinking.
Yeah. And I was thinking it would just look like one of those, like a giant prism, kind of like triangular, long, with all sorts of intricate patterns and stuff in it. I'm boring.
No, that's also very,
That's
70s,
reasonable.
80s, like a prop.
Like it looks like it should fit into a larger something. So it's not like perfectly smooth. It looks like it has chips and scratches.
Like some kind of futuristic crystal that then can later be revealed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're looking at it, we get a change of perspective on the camera, and you blur out, and it zooms into this little metal insect like thing, flies over, it lands on your shoulder. You feel a slight pinch in your shoulder.
Smash it, like swat at it, like where the pain was.
Yeah, it flies away. You don't notice anything else.
Do I feel okay?
Yeah, you feel okay.
Hey, computer? What was that?
I think the computer, in sort of a like broken computer voice, like it's not responds. Most of my sensors are down. I'm sorry, I am unable to register what you're talking about.
Okay. Start repair process. And I'll turn back and like try to close the door on the vault.
Yeah, you can close the door on the vault.
Okay. And do I still see the thing? Or has it disappeared?
It's flown off. Like you heard a like buzzing for a little bit, and then it flew up through a vent or something.
I look at my shoulder where I felt the pinch. Do I see anything?
Yeah, there's it looks almost like a mosquito bite there.
Oh, bogus. Do we have like a first aid kit? I would assume something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go find it and try to like wipe it off. And I'm gonna radio the rest of the team and go, when you guys get back, it wasn't my fault.
What did you do now?
There you guys.
I didn't do anything.
You're always doing something.
I know, but this time I didn't. I was like totally not doing anything this time.
And you understand when you talk like that, it makes me not believe you, right? I just am doing this to show how bad that Isla used to be.
Well, like, no, I mean, like, I don't know what you mean. Like, I'm not like lying. I don't ever lie.
Now we'll talk about it when I get back.
Okay. Sure. And I start rushing around trying to clean up as much as I can real quick, trying to do some repairs or whatever I can to try to make it look not as bad.
Oh, can I add something if we're in Isla's POV or like at the Isla side of this conversation?
Oh yeah, sure.
Whenever you hang up, which is I think there's like someone like standing there with sort of like sort of very very mousy looking with brown hair that ends in like little very downward twin tails and wearing like an orange summer dress and braces and a little bandage over her nose. Who says who just comes up and tugs Isla on a sleeve. Says, "Thanks for saving my cat, miss."
You're welcome anytime.
And I think she runs off, like falls over and gets up again and disappears behind some building. And then afterwards you see at the top of that building you see like presumably like Princess Requiem like appear and like dive off into the moon.
Okay. Back in '97, is there any conversations or anything anybody wants to have, Liz or anybody?
I think the first thing we do is check if the crystal
I
is
would
still
actually
there,
like to talk with Princess Requiem while we're playing.
Okay, yeah, we can
while
go
we're playing
back to
Mortal
that.
Kombat.
Yeah.
Just, hey, no hard feelings, right? Like, with all of this, I just want us all. I just want us all to work. Like. And I know I'm not the person who's maybe the most, smart or the most experienced, but like, I don't know. It really upsets me when we're all disagreeing like that.
I was not expecting that to be the point of contention. But I suppose you do have a way of cutting straight through to the heart of the matter.
Well, it's like, why waste time with it? It's like every second that we dance around an issue is a second that we're not fixing that issue. You're a great teammate. You really, really are. And you are smart as hell. It's just that sometimes, it's not enough to be smart. It's not enough to be experienced. You need all of it, just every aspect of the team.
Oh. I may have had some of my priorities
I get it. You're looking out for the big picture. But you kind of need to remember to look in and look at the little picture sometimes too.
Well, it is important to know that looking at things from the big picture in some ways is what led everything to go wrong. In matters of the heart, I suppose I cannot claim to be your superior.
Thanks,
Even now.
Princess.
I think,
I'm
like,
sorry.
as you say, like, thanks, princess, you see on the screen, you see, like, your character ripping my spine out or whatever. Like,
Right?
and you'll forgive me if I take my time in being forthcoming with everything.
Yeah. Just
Some of the
don't
things I've
wait
said
too
today
long, you
have,
know?
you can be graciously slow in picking up on them, but know that in the fullness of time, I fully intend to, well, treat you as an equal, and perhaps the fullness of time is sooner than I had anticipated.
Thanks. Anyway, I was thinking burgers for dinner tonight.
Now, which fork did one eat burgers with again?
Sorry, I did not hear that correctly.
Which fork did one eat burgers with again?
Oh, none.
Right. The secret fourth option. As always, you are the master of it.
I mean, you eat a burger with a fork if you want. I'm not going to stop you, but you know, I don't.
Then, I suppose, burgers it shall be.
Okay.
Did we check up on the crystal yet, by the way?
I'm sorry. What?
Did we check up on the crystal yet?
Which crystal?
The one that Ashley just hid, like, meanwhile in 1983.
Yeah, the one that should be in the vault of the base.
You haven't checked up on that or anything, but I don't think you know it's there. Ashley
I
didn't tell you.
tell you.
Accurate.
Okay. So I guess I will be the one to do that later. All right.
Are we gonna say that I was told where it is?
We can talk about that. Is there anything else in terms of like little personal scenes here? Does Isla join them for burgers?
Only if she can have a vegan burger, because I don't think Isla does meat.
I think that's more than reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
Do we have those yet? In 93?
95?
Only
They
really,
think
really
they have,
shitty
like-
ones.
Yeah,
I
they
think
were
they
You
have,
not
like,
could
good
order
at that
them
point.
at restaurants, because chefs would actually like make beet burgers and the like back then, but it did not become popularized until later than that. So we just have to go to a restaurant that
Oh.
like knows how to make like beet patties. Because those did exist at restaurants, but they were not mass produced yet.
Yeah, apparently the first vegan burger was in 1982, or the first vegetarian burger.
Wow. Oh, okay.
So it was probably around the time that you knew me that I went vegan.
Okay. Would it have been vegan in '85 though? Would it just been vegetarian? I don't
Probably
think
just
I had
vegetarian.
ever
You
heard the
know, it's
word
a
vegan till
progressive
the
step by
90s.
step
Yeah.
process, you know.
Okay. We get one last scene from '85. This is Finn and Power Hour standing on a roof. Power Hour makes a comment saying, "The boss isn't going to be very happy about your performance on this one, Finn. Not gonna like it at all, not gonna like it at all." And Finn's standing near the edge of the roof and spins on his heel towards Power Hour and says, "Too bad it's not my failure, it's yours." And he draws his rapier and does the Power Rangers version of running Power Hour through. There's some explosions, and he destroys Power Hour on the roof right there. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Woo!
Saban sends his regards, and then he starts playing licensed music, so no one can hear them. Can hear him being stabbed.
Alright. Sorry for the kind of short one. Wasn't expecting technical difficulties, but we will hopefully be back next week. Stars aligning. And the 18th we will be off that night, but we'll return to finish out the last 5 episodes after that. So we'll start by having everyone sign out for the night, and we'll start with Liz this time.
I am Lauren. I've been playing Liz for you tonight, and you can find everywhere that I'm at professionally at my website, lwsalinas.com. That includes podcasts, audio dramas, anime, audiobooks, poetry. I have an audio project that I can't really talk about yet, except that to tell you that I have it, and I'm going to be plugging the hell out of it when it's actually released. You can also find me on Twitter at Sithwitch, where, like now, I'm usually yelling about wrestling or possums. And you can also catch me on Thursdays at Geeks.live, podcasting with Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We just finished talking X-Men the Animated Series Season 2, and we will be covering X-Men the Animated Series Season 3 before Moon Knight drops.
Alright, and Isla.
Hey y'all, I'm Crimson Galaxy. You can find me over on Crimson Galaxy RPG, separated by underscores on Twitch, and then Sin_Gal on Twitter. You can catch me here on Friday nights. Starting tomorrow, I'm in a 4-part miniseries over on the Initiative Order. That is like an anime, basically blend between like a Cowboy Bebop and like a Naruto type campaign, and I'm gonna be playing a dog who is such a good girl that they got upgraded to humanoid status. So if you want to check that out, come check me out on the Initiative Order tomorrow. Other than that, you can just catch me on my Twitch channel playing RPGs and occasionally doing some political video breakdowns.
Alright, and Princess Requiem.
Right, hi, I'm Bear at Reculine. Bear, as it probably says, Bearish. I've been increasingly going by Iris as a in my voice acting, which is the main thing I do online. I also stream on Sundays usually. I've been playing I've been meaning to go through the Supergiant back catalog, starting with Bastion, which this Sunday, like evening CEST, will be the, if I'm correct, the final part of. Other than that, I don't have that much of an online footprint. Most of what I do is just auditions that nobody ever hears back from. So, yeah, that's it. I'm Pierce Lashiris. I've been playing Princess Requiem, who today has dialed it back and has only been 90% that bitch.
And Ashley.
Hi, I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter at reverie_cutie, and that's about it right now.
Okay, and I am Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. You can find me here Friday nights and in the Nerds with Dice Discord. Not doing a lot right now at this moment, just this game, and we are going to every other Monday for Yu-Gi-Oh! On the Bardic Nox channel. There are some stuff in the work, so keep an eye out on them. On either if they're on Nerds with Dice, they will appear on there, or they'll be on my personal channel. There's I'm thinking probably a one shot for Mask later in the month, if not a couple of them. Let's see how I'm feeling about that. And there's some stuff that I wrote that you can check out through the link in the chat. It's also in my bio on Twitter. And tonight we are going to raid Weave the Tale, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.